Hello, excuse me, and welcome to Saturday Factorio. A I my camera's been a bit weird. I've gone orange. I don't know what's going on there, but let's see if I can tweak that. Actually, you're gonna redo that if I do. If I tweak that. No, no different. Okay. It does a thing. It's like meant to do auto settings and stuff. You know, like focus and all that sort of stuff. But it only ever seems to really do it when you like go in and change the settings. So you know it's set to do it automatically. But if I go into the settings, you know the dialog box, and sort of click it off, turn it off, and turn it on again effectively, then it'll start doing the autofocus and that. There's probably some error of how I've set it up, but yeah, whatever. It's only a cheap thing. Yes, so we are live. We are starting a new series. So last week, when I was obviously feeling a bit under the weather, with a bit of a cold, which you can still possibly hear in my voice, but it's basically over now. I finished off my Megabase series. It was a mixed success, I would say. Kind of did a Megabase, but got a bit bored of it, if I'm honest, by the end. And, you know, it did work. My minimum level was 4,000. Oh, here we go. Sorry, just getting another one of these spam accounts. How does that... Oh, there you go. There you go, another one of them go. I guess people must actually do them to make it worth... Why can't I close that down? Hang on. How do I close that dialogue? No? Huh. Oh no, what have I done there? Hang on. Oh, I see. It's not wide enough. Okay. I couldn't find the thing to close the dialogue pop-up. You see, this is there's this Moobot thing, which is meant to be monitoring the channel and, you know, banning people who do stuff like that. But it didn't do anything. It'll just randomly turn on, like, you know, 2.5 hours into a stream and do something random. Yeah, that seems to have banned that person. Or bot, I guess. Right, so yeah, so let's get this started. So, I say, last week was the Megabase Factorio end of the series. And I was going to start this last week, but I say I wasn't feeling too great. The aim of this series is to get the last couple of achievements. Can I? No. I'm not sure you can see the... No, I don't think you can see your achievements until you're actually in game. So we'll start that. So basically, the idea really of the first part of this is to try and find a good seed. I don't know how long that'll actually take, but we'll be sort of, you know, starting and restarting a few times to get it going. Basically, as I understand it, I mean, we're not actually going to look at any of this in detail to start with. I need to check a few things before we kind of start. Because as I understand it, we have to have enemy bases on, right? We can increase the starting area, so we can take that up to 600%. That, if you didn't know, that's the area free of biters when you start the game, basically. But we can turn off evolution and expansion. So in other words, the biters will just sit there, not getting any more difficult, not moving, not colonising, none of that. So they'll be there, but they'll be way out in the distance, basically. However, we cannot touch these. If we change either of those, it will disable the achievement, is my understanding. I also believe we are okay to turn off pollution. Maybe wrong about that one, but I think we can turn off pollution. The reason for doing that is in case if the pollution then does get to whatever biters there are, because hopefully we'll have enough space and a big enough patches and stuff that we won't even have to deal with biters. Is what I'm hoping, but I don't know. But if pollution does get out to them, or if pollution was on and it got out to them, that would trigger attacks. So even though they won't do any expansion, and they won't get any more difficult than, excuse me, than like small biters. Excuse me. This means that we won't get any attacks either. But I may be wrong about that one. We'll have to see. So this is what this is about, testing. Now what I want to do with this, so it has these two options, and I don't fully understand the difference between them. We're going to turn cliffs off straight away. But I want to turn down both, basically, to give us a nice area to build. And it should ensure, because all we need water for, really, is a bit of chemical stuff and a bit of power. We don't, so with the biters off, we're not going to be doing any choke point defences or anything like that. So we don't need a lot of water. So I'm going to, you see, I never quite understand the difference. So overall scale of features and the space between them. How much of the map is covered with this feature? So is that not sort of the same thing? It's kind of a fine line to me between them. Oh, hi, Graham. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to... You didn't go anywhere. Welcome back, just generally. How's your Saturday going? I'm just running through the settings I think I can change. So basically... I think I can turn off enemy expansion evolution. I can't put them on peaceful mode, but I can, slam that up to max, so they're miles away. And I believe I can turn off pollution. I'm not 100% sure. This is sort of what we're testing out to start with. Now, because I think it preserves when you do these, when you do like a quick restart and stuff, it like preserves the settings. I think. Yes, I know the that stuff, but that's not what I need to test. What I'm testing at the moment is what it would do in terms of achievements, because if you turn some of these things off, it basically disables the achievements. So if you turn it biters off altogether, you can't do the no spoon achievement. So I'm not actually fussed about the layout and stuff at the moment. I'm just setting some basic things, and we'll come back basically. So yeah, so these that I never. I guess that's making it bigger then. Yeah, it looks like it's making it bigger, the scale, which would make sense for what it's calls it, but the description doesn't. I suppose when it says space between them, it is because the scale is different, as in, this is the scale for that bit. As if you crease that, then it's that bit. It's a bit of an odd term to use, though, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll tweak these just, as I say, I'm not actually fussed about this as a map, but as I say, we want less coverage, really. And I guess bigger scale, then. I think. Trees we want... Now, what would that do, then? Maybe it means trees as in, like, clumps of trees? So if that's default... If I turn that up to 200... What's that actually doing? Oh, there's more trees there, definitely. So, lower on. So I think it preserves these, and I'm not actually fussed about the exact thing. So that looks like a smattering of trees for if we need a little bit of wood, which I'm not sure we really do. But I'm not gonna fiddle about with these basically. We will see if it will let me. Oh, if it will let me do the achievement? Yes, here we go. So these are the 2 achievements that I'm after. There's no real point tracking that one. That's all, yeah, stop blowing up, please. So it's this one we will need to be really keeping an eye on. I'm going to leave it on just in case, so that when we loop back around, it will be there and we'll be able to see if it's on. But basically, if you turn biters off, you can't do the achievement. Right, so let's go back to the it. So say it should have preserved the tweaks we did. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Right, so what do we want to do then? We probably actually want even more land than that, because the only water I'm sort of intending to use is, you know, for steam power and then chemical stuff. So we kind of want some fairly close by so that, you know, I'm going to have to work out where to put the chemical stuff so that there's just a nice little pump, you know, direct thing. But this is obviously going to be, you know, we'll put the steam engines around, you know, whatever the central water it gives us is. Okay, so let's go for some tweaks here. Oh, why am I hunting spoons? It's I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Redenda Pro. It's it's a reference to the There Is No Spoon, which in itself is a reference to the Matrix. So the first Matrix film, where the kid in the when Neo goes to see, what's it called? The Oracle. There's the kid who does the spoon bending thing, and he says, you know, what will really blow your mind is there is no spoon. But the idea being that they've called the achievement that because it's that effect, that is like a comment on being able to see the Matrix, see the code of the Matrix when you're in the Matrix. So the idea being you've mastered the game so much that you can, you know, see the underlying code underneath. Basically, that's kind of the joke they're going for. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be playing the game through and trying to build a base that will launch a rocket, you know, in a reasonable sort of time. And then I'm basically going to blueprint that entire thing, redo it, and try and get that achievement. And it's 8 hours, so you have to launch a rocket in 8 hours, but you don't have to put a satellite in it. It's just literally launch a rocket. I say basically, yeah, you have to start the game, go right the way through, launch a rocket within 8 hours, basically. Internet is super slow on the iPad. I must remember that. Right, so what do I want to do? I mean, obviously I need to increase the richness, basically, for everything. So that the patches are... I mean, I guess we could slam uranium up. I'm not actually... I think it's probably easier if I just get rid of uranium, but I don't know. This is one of the things you see. Initially I'm testing the settings because it won't... If I turn enemies off altogether, it disables that achievement. You have to have them on. But you can make them basic. You can neuter them. You can make them basically irrelevant. But as I say, I don't know if I turn uranium off. I think it won't. I don't think it'll... I think it will let me do the achievement if I turn it off. I mean, does it matter really? I don't think it does really, does it? But yeah, so we'll make all of these maximum richness. So any patches we do get are like really dense stuff. What we then want is some fairly big iron patches. How big do we want them? Because what I probably want to do, actually, is like... Is frequency... Is that smaller or... If I turn that down... So we've got 1, 2, 3... Well, 4 patches if we go down to 33%. And if we go up to 300, we've got more. Okay, so it means frequency is in the number per unit of distance. So the question... Because what I want to know which patches I'm going to tap, basically. And we don't need lots of patches. What we need is sort of big, dense ones. But it's interesting that if I put that up, that's effectively 2 patches it's put in there. Because if I turn that down... Because what I'm wondering is if I turn that right down... No, this one isn't getting any bigger, is it? Of course, you can't really tell. Oh, look at that. I also don't know about the interplay between them. Is one of the things I've never really... So if we put them all like that... Yeah, there you go, you see. That actually becomes problematic because then we would have to deal with patch pollution. How many hours have I got in Factorio? I can tell you almost exactly as I've got Steam up. It's over 2,000. 2,444.5 hours. Last week I finished a streaming series where I was building my first mega base, because that's not... What I tend to do is just play the game through, and I'll restart. Once I've got to the stage where I'm launching rockets, I'll just restart, because I find I've always struggled that big scale up thing. It always I always got a bit bored and just restarted. And so I did a streaming series where I was doing a mega base. So then, because it was a series where I didn't want to not fail to get it. And so last week we finished off, but it was a massive learning exercise. That was the whole point of it. But even then, I got quite bored by the end because it was I'd made some mistakes that I just couldn't. It wasn't really practical to fix without basically redoing everything. Got beat with 1,000 hours. It's not. I don't mean that in a. It's not. It's not a competition for a number of hours. It's just. It's my favourite game basically, and as I say, I've kind of played it pretty much since it came to Steam. I think they might have done like one version on Steam before I, like one big update, as it were. So I've been playing it for years basically. Right, so we also want to slam coal up, don't we? So if they're all like that, I guess you should be big as well. We don't really need them to be. Is that going to matter? Is that going to be problematic? Yeah. Although it's an enormous amount of stuff, this would actually be difficult to map to do. Because you've got so much pollution going on. So maybe if we turn the frequency down, what does that end up looking like? So if everything's sort of far apart. Because we only really need like 1 or 2 big patches. Let's get some other random seeds on the go. No, I don't like that patch. Because say we're getting... This is the starting area, basically. Maybe if we just make this... default. Let's go with a new one. Yeah, you see... We don't want stuff like that, particularly. We could be here a while, I should know. The Steam version came out 1 year ago. Oh, you mean... Sorry, you mean... The Steam version's been out for years, but it's been on early access. So, I don't know if I can see just quickly. Can I... Version 1.0 came out a year ago. I'm just trying to see if I can see when I actually bought it. No, it doesn't seem to say. No, can't tell when I bought it. Yeah, I mean, basically, I've been playing it, I think, since version 11, basically. So the one that came out as version 1 was version 18, effectively. So it's, I mean, it was, and that was, I say that. So they did a Kickstarter. God, how long was that have been? It's like 8 years ago, I think. It might not have been a specifically Kickstarter, but that type of thing, crowdfunding, and so you used to be able to get it on their website, but I didn't even hear about the game. Excuse me, until it was on Steam, basically already. I'd say it must have been about a year or so after it had been on Steam, maybe 6 months or something, that I bought it, and so it was back in version 11 or something. You can look on the wiki. There's a whole history thing. Is it just going to keep doing that to me if I? Because I don't want it. Oh, that's not too bad. I might note them down actually. If I've got. Let's see if I. It might be worth just noting these down. I'm thinking. The ones that look sort of fairly likely. I know the speedrunners, they have somebody did a script where it just iterates through seed after seed after seed after seed, looking for particular conditions. Oh, 2016, there you go. So yeah, so if you divide, so if that's 5 years ago, I don't know that I got it then, but that's 5 years ago. 2,500 hours is, 500 hours a year, which it's a lot, but it's my favourite game, so it's not quite as much as it perhaps seems. Yeah, so we'll keep that one noted. And we'll see if we can get something else. Because I quite like the water on that one as well. There's quite a big patch of water. And that's not bad, when you think about it. But again, you see, got them all squished together. Again. And I could go and build somewhere else, but the trouble is, in order to play the game quickly, I want to minimise the amount of walking around that I'm doing. So really, I want to be tapping the first patches. Yeah, again. Ah! That's not bad at all, because we've got all 4 patches, nicely separated. We've got 2 bits of water. Got a couple of big iron patches there, which obviously I'll fiddle about with. Oil is there, and there. I quite like this one, because we could easily build... What I'm anticipating is something vaguely resembling a bus, not really a full-on bus. But, because that's my most familiar way of playing, I use that type of system. And I could envisage... That's not... No, that's just the terrain. I thought that was another coal patch, but... we've got those very close together. Obviously, it's a bit of distance to the water. But they're all nice and close. You then got a couple of nice big patches, So when we do steel, we could make one of those do steel sort of thing. And it's got the coal right there. Well, I'm kind of anticipating, you know, we'll be using burner technology quite a lot. Yes, I do have the lazy bleeper achievement. Did you? Can I? I assume you didn't censor that yourself, or did you? Maybe you did, because it's meant to have like auto modding on it. Um, so I'd be interested to know if it censored that, or you did. But yes, I have every achievement other than the 2 speed run. Well, I've actually got the train one, so the 90-minute train achievement. But that's not that difficult because you just literally beeline for it, and you can also turn biters off on that, so you don't even need to worry. But yeah, literally the only 2 I haven't got are I can't remember what the other one's called. No Time for Chit Chat, is it? Which is 15 hours, and then Spoon is 8 hours. Yeah, I quite like this one because there's not a fairly nice big open area, so we could build, copper smelting sort of here, iron smelting. Well, we could use that patch; it's fairly big. But iron smelting here, steel. We've got. That's a fair distance away for the oil, though. Bit of trees there. Turn them down further. Because it looks like we've got some. In fact, let's try that. If we turn the trees down a bit further. Boop. What does that do? Yeah, that's probably a bit better, isn't it? Because I can just see there is a little bit of smattering of trees there. If we need some for power poles and stuff. But yeah, we'll be sticking with, stone furnaces basically throughout the thing. Maybe eventually upgrade them to steel furnaces, but I won't do any electric furnaces because it's sort of not worth the time basically. Right, let's fiddle about with the patches a little bit. So, if I turn that down, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a bad idea. We turn it up. So it puts an oil patch there, basically, which is no use to us. And that one. I don't know that that's really helping. If we go right up to 600, yeah, it just gets bonkers. It'd get a bit confusing doing that. What does 300 look like? This is, yeah, that might be a way to do it. So what happens at 200? Yeah, okay. Because then we've got water right next to our oil. So we could build chemicals there. Oh, you did censor it yourself. Hit message PG in public chats. Yeah, I mean, I was just curious because, as I say, it's meant to have auto mod on it, and it definitely blocks links. I mainly ask it because before you joined, there was one of these spam bot things came in and offered to make me rich and famous. So, but there's like one of these moo bot things, that auto bot things, and it doesn't ever do anything. And also the auto mod, the default modding, and neither of them did anything about a spam bot. So I was just wondering if it had done something with the with that. Yeah, so I mean, obviously we've got these other patches which we're going to end up building over, but I like that there's lots of oil there, so I can just sort of slap it all down. We've got water to process it, and I can just sort of feed it in where we need to. Yeah, I like that. So, in terms of coal then, if I turn that up, what happens? We get some more oh, is that a coal there? Is 300 the sweet spot? Let's try all of them at 300. Apologies if this is a bit sort of boring, but Oh, it's probably a bit too much with the... I mean, we're not really going to need a lot of stone. So if I turn that down... Maybe make it... So at 100... Okay. So 133, we get an additional stone patch here. Is that useful to us? Probably not really. I think I'm going to leave it though. You crack on, boss. You were telling me yesterday, Grim, you'd reworked your testing system, I think. Or you started to tell me, but it was at the end of the stream. So I was wondering what you were gonna tell me yesterday. I assume this is in your version of your map with creative mode. You're doing testing in there. So if I turn that down, what happens? Oh, I prefer that, I think. Because that's quite big. It's not too close to that. If I do that, what happens? Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. So, what about you? If I turn you down to 200. Oh, even better. Let's have a quick fiddle with the water. But I think this is the... badger. Right, so water. I'll probably start it and then it'll say, oh no, you've got to have uranium on the map or you can't have the achievement. Right, so I say if this is... I've forgotten what these do again. If we turn coverage down a little bit... Is that better or worse? It's better in that it gives us more land to work with, which is useful. It's worse because this is further away. But not in a bad way necessarily. It gives us a bit more building room. Okay. Let's put that back up again. What does this one do? So if we change the scale up. So it's making those bigger, isn't it? Which we don't really want. Oh, I don't like that. So if we turn coverage, what was it? Down. Yeah, I think this is the one. So we should be here, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I now have dupe chests in loading stations that feed the rail network with resources to simulate ore patches. Okay. I managed to simplify it over what I was going to say yesterday. Okay. You have to excuse me, I'm going to have to blow my nose. Turn the mic off. If I can find it. Sorry. Hello, the road player. Welcome to the stream. How are you today? Yeah. Yeah, so I'll give this a go. It might tell me I can't. Basically, if it disables the achievement, we'll be able to see immediately. We're not actually going to do the speed run now, just to make it clear. What we're going to do is build a base that will launch a rocket, and then I will, either blueprint that in parts or the full thing, and we will redo it. Because what I'm anticipating is I will overbuild this, because I always do, basically. We'll probably have, like, I don't know, too much steel or stuff like that. Because what we need is a base that's, practical to put down in about 8 hours and that launches a rocket and nothing more. We don't want a base that's going to make loads and loads of everything. We just want one that's going to launch as a rocket. And as I say, we don't have to bother with a satellite, I believe. Doing good? Ready to watch some Factorio? Good, hopefully. This will be interesting then. But yes, so I will keep it on, but more just so that we can see how it's doing. Okay, so let's give it a go. So it seems like it's not... Yeah, so it seems happy. Let's just check. Yeah. Also, as I understand it, I don't actually know. If I pause the... Oh, it keeps going. Oh, no, it doesn't. 59.40. Right, there we go. Okay. Right then, so let us... get this down. Actually, I should probably do this in such a way that... it will be, be permanent, as it were, if you see what I mean. So how would that work? So let's go and see if we can get some coal. These are quite convenient. Yeah, okay. So chuck some of that in there, and we'll make some more. In fact, let's make all of them. So we're going to need some wood, I guess. Well, that's chugging away. Yeah, and I should also obviously caveat that I am basically almost the opposite of a speedrunner. It's not something that my particular playstyle, shall we say, is ideally suited to. Right, so that gives me them, so we can get another one of them going. And then pop you down, get you on the go. Pop this on the hotbar. Then 2. Like that. Oh, one short. One short. Oops. Oh, what happened there? Trying to do the Z trick. I don't tend to use that very much. If you use Z, you just put one item in. Right, let's get our stone patch. Hit that for a bit. You need to get the spoon as well. Yeah, only launch the rocket. So that's my understanding. We don't need to launch a rocket. Sorry, we don't need to launch a satellite. Just a rocket. Right. How many have we got now? 11. So that gives us 1, 2, 3. So if we get... Oh, wrong one. Get this on a go. Bit in there. Oh, not got alt on. Oh, I didn't set the... I haven't got the research queue on, have I? So I can't queue anything up. That was an error. because I can't change it until... Oh, nuts. Okay, let's grab these bits of stuff. In fact, why am I bother doing that? What am I looking for? I'm looking for more trees. I'm slightly, I don't know about panicking, but time pressure is making me not do this quite as well as I would normally do it. Right, yes, so we'll get 1 copper on the go. Or maybe 2. Let's do 2. Got 2, so might as well. Now we'll chuck this in here. Like that. Get some copper being made. We then want some coal being mined up. Get these done. Okay. So, get 4 of them. I can already make a boiler. 2. Oh, running past the coal. So I get that. Seed 1 in there. Oh. Seed 1 in there. Let them chunk away. Let's grab some stone. So that's all my coal gone. Can make 1 steam engine. If we get some copper, should be able to make some power poles. Let's get them down there. So, what do we need? We need iron. Well, we might as well grab some coal. Like so. Some stone, not very much, but some. Okay. Second steam engine. Oh, I can't do offshore pump, can I? Oh, why did I do that? Right, so I guess probably best to take the power up that way and maybe tap that as the power source. You see, this is the sort of thing, I'm not entirely sure how many, you know, because obviously we're going to run the base on coal. Do that, and I can put... yeah, we're going to run the base on coal, obviously. For the duration. Some of the achievements, you know, sort of fit quite well together, I think, because there is the... what's it call it? The one where you basically you run the base on, you know, on coal, basically. Huh, can't remember what it calls it. Right, let's do a pipe. I can't build anymore. No. Right, so we want a lab. I say I wouldn't describe it as panicking, but it's a bit of an odd. Oh, did I only make 1? Only, no. Yeah, so I can only do burner inserters, but that's all we need. Let's go and restock. Yeah, so I don't know how many, you know, steam turbines and that I'm going to need. Is it just 1 set of 20, or is it 2, or what? You know, whatever, really. Because I'm doing this more almost experimentally, so you know, I guess I could use the calculators and stuff, but oh, chuck them on the floor. yeah, with the Mega Base series, that was all about the calculators and all that sort of stuff. And I say I'm almost trying to do the opposite of that series. Right, so we can get a couple more of them. Oh, didn't get any copper, did I? That. Yeah, so we'll sort of try and do it organically. If you see what I mean. Right, so we should have made these. Excellent. And let's just put, I don't know, half a stack in each one. Make a lab. So this is fairly crucial, I guess, in that I think we're going to have the labs here, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. So we take this over here, maybe. Now I do know, excuse me, the just know I'm not usually this nasal. I've been getting over a cold, so apologies if it's a bit biological at points. But I say it's just the tail end of it. I can't make 10. Brilliant. Well done. How many do I need? I need... It is 10, isn't it? Yeah. Because I don't mind, you know, if it looks like this map... I mean, I can't see it would be, but... If it looks like, you know, the map is untenable for the, you know, for the run or whatever, you know, we'll start again and all that sort of stuff. So, loads of coal. Loads of coal. Grab that. There we go. Did I just put... Oh, I did. Got to keep remembering to use the Z. Steam all the way. Yes, that's the one. Sorry. I know you said that one, I guess. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you can basically... It's basically to make, you know, do the entire run... entire game, as it were, without... Oh, I didn't. I'm going to have to get sharper on that, because that is a lot of waste of time. Going over here, putting the coal in, and then not picking the iron up. It's just dumb. So, we want 10 in total. Probably, if we make 20 though... When I did Lazy Bleeper, it only took me about 25 hours to play through, and that was... I'd laid down like loads of blueprints and stuff for like steel that I just didn't need. I'd launched the rocket beforehand, and that's kind of what I'm anticipating will probably happen in this. So if we stick one of those in here. But yeah, I had like what's that? So 2, 4, 6, 8. Oops, missed. And no, 16. I had about 3 of these, I think, and one of them was... It was way overkill. I'd say that's the sort of thing, you know, we'll kind of have to correct for. It is 20, isn't it? I always forget. I'm pretty sure it's 20. We'll stick them in. So yeah, when we do the actual run, obviously I'll put the thing on, and I'll actually work out like a proper queue, you know, proper list as it were, of what order to do everything in. So we take that. Oh, there you go. I believe it pauses when it does that anyway. So we kind of don't need a lot of these technologies is the thing, you see, because hopefully, I mean, I've turned pollution off, which you're allowed to do. Biters are way out. They're not going to evolve. They're not going to colonize. So biters are irrelevant. So basically, military is sort of irrelevant, except that we do need some of it, you know, to do rocketry for the rocket. You see, so we will have to do a few military techs. Is my understanding. But we don't have to do very many at all, you know, to the extent that we could probably handcraft all of the military science packs that we need, I think. Because it's... where's the rocket? There it is. I think that's right, because you need rocketry, don't you? Don't you? Do you not need rocketry to launch the rocket? That seems weird. Rocket control unit. Huh, maybe you don't. I'm sure you used to. I'm just used to basically researching every tech. So I don't actually have a good memory of the... I hope it's paused, but I think it is. Of the tech tree as such. Maybe you don't. Well, you need it there, don't you? Yeah, there you go. There's rocketry. Huh, no you don't. They must have changed that. In fact, I think you didn't just need rocketry. You needed the speed boost on it as well, I think. Or the, whatever it calls it. Huh, okay. So maybe we won't have to deal with military, like, at all. Because we won't need flammables. Sulfur we'll need, but, you know, it's not in this tree. Because we don't need explosives. I haven't got cliffs on, so I don't even need cliff explosives. Okay. Ah, interesting. Okay. Definitely need logistics, though. Should we do that next? Yeah. Okay. So I was going to flip that over. Need it to be there. Oh, need it to be there. Okay, so when I do that, I know I've got to take the belts up there, basically. Right, so let's make a assembling machine or two. Get some inserters. I've got a box already. Now, I always get this wrong. It's... Right. No. It's like... that? I think. Oh, we need a third one, don't we? I think. No. So that one's going to make red science. Yeah, that one's going to make gear wheels. Did I build a third one? No, I haven't got the stuff. And then we put... Yeah, that'll work. So we do that now, that now, that now. Need another one of them. And then we'll have... that there. So this will make us belts, basically. The first bit of belts. What am I missing? Iron plate in particular. I don't know if you've... I know a lot of players, they basically play on one map and they don't tend to, you know, restart that often at all. I say I'm the opposite. I sort of... not in the... You know, with the classic problem of never launching, you know, it's more... Have I dumped them on the floor again? Yeah, haven't I? I have to get better at that. Oh, this one there. Right. How do they do that then without... Because let's dropped it on the floor again there. There's obviously a technique to that. Right, let's make a load of them. Grab the iron plate. Make the assembler. Make the inserter. What else? Nothing else, I think. Yeah, I was sort of almost pleased to see when because they did the Factorio as in the GDC Games Done Quick. In the last, well, one of the more recent ones. I was kind of pleased to see that they did quite a lot of handcrafting, which I wasn't really anticipating. If I put that there, no, of course not. It's limited, but it's sort of irrelevant. So yeah, this will make the first few belts. So I'll chuck a load of iron in there. Feed the red science. Can't I do? Depends on the thing, I think. But I can support 2 labs, I think. Right, let's grab some more iron plate. And see about making some more burners. Maybe I'm just not moving the cursor quick enough. I keep dropping stuff on the ground. Yeah, so let's chuck a couple more of these in. As Grim will know already, I hate the burner phase of the game. But we are going to have to kind of stick with it for a while. Let's get some coal in there, what little we've got. You've not got any coal either. Okay. Let's get a couple or 4 more for them. Chuck some more of that in. Grab some more of that. Let's see if we do that. Oh. Turn that one round. Oh, so that's loggy sticks. Right, what do we want now? I guess really we want to do green, so I can open everything up. Your iPad's about to die. Assuming you just mean on a power point of view rather than it's about to fail. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'll be here till 6 as per usual, I think. Say, this isn't the proper speedrun. I'm keeping this on just to almost keep track of how badly I do. So yeah, I'll be here till about 6, and then same time again tomorrow, 3 till 6. Right, let's make another lab. Let's grab some of this iron plate and make an assembly machine. Why have I only got 82 bits of iron plate? Did I miss them? Right, so we're going to chuck this in the thing, but we'll top up those chests. See how many belts we've made. So we'll top these up. So everything's ground to a halt because there's no iron plate. But so I think I can end up feeding a second one of them eventually. We've got 102 belts, that's good. Let's top that up. Will that get me down here? It won't, will it? Let's just try and see. So, yeah. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's ghost that in. Okay, so at the top of the patch, that's quite good, because then I can just sort of take it down. And we can have... So the question really is whether it's better to make some electric mining drills and go that route. It probably is, because it's then self-sustaining. Anyway, what I was going to check is how many... Oh, we're not far enough up. How many belts there are on that? 155, so that's almost exactly how many I've got, I think. 130. Okay. Okay. So, we'll go and get some more stuff. Hi Ian, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Hope your Saturday's going okay. I suppose yours is just starting, basically. So I'm not actually getting that much iron plate out of just 5, am I? So I think it is a case of having to do these at a much bigger scale. Yeah, okay. So if we put sort of 10 on, does that become a sort of practical amount? Because I'm still keen to transition to electric fairly quickly. Oh, this is all stuffed up, so... Gonna have to get more into the habit of grabbing the stuff there and then. In fact, we could do the... Oh, no, well, yeah, no, I can't do that trick. Right, so, put these in. Get a bit of... coal in them all. He just woke up. Are you guys, well, I don't know if your sort of area you do daylight savings time, but I think America's switched back over now. So it should still be the same sort of start times. I think. I'm not sure though. Right, so we'll chuck all of that in. And then I should be able to put this belt in. Hook up some electric mining drills. And then hopefully, because this patch is sort of sufficiently... I didn't actually look how big it was. Oh, there you go. It's 10 million coal on that. 10 million there. 8 million. 7.3. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely... Probably, I guess, in the territory that I'll never have to mine some of these. Mine other patches, which should basically be okay. Right, so we got enough belt, but we haven't got any iron plate still. Now, is 10 enough to have given us a nice amount to work with? So this, you know, there's quite a lot of walking, but that's partly because I'm, you know, not being very efficient, and I'm not, you know, I don't quite know what I'm doing next, as it were, so... But it's something to, there we go, yeah, that's more like it. So when I do this, it needs to be more like 10 or so. Don't think we need that many copper still, because it's sort of later that it ramps up with copper. Okay. Yeah. Probably building the belt too early, but as I say, I'm sort of kind of anticipating that that'll almost be it. That'll be all the power we need. Right, let's chuck that in there. You fell back one last Sunday. Cool. I always find it... I think I'd make a terrible traveller. I mean, I've not really done much travelling, but I think I'd make a terrible traveller because I just... The 1 hour change for, you know, daylight savings time just completely throws me for a loop. And it, you know, if I was travelling multiple time zones a lot of, you know, often, I think I'd just end up as a complete mess. Right, because what I'm hoping, in theory, is that I can then chuck... Once this is done, this is taking quite a while, actually. Yeah, it's slower than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, you know, it's not, you know... It's not a properly scaled operation, as it were, but... I guess it was paused for a while where I didn't have iron plate, but even so. Right, let's top everything up. Grab some more coal. Tons of stone, that's great. This is all run out again. Oops. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Yep. So the first initial, you know, iron plate build needs to be 10 or so. Okay. How am I actually doing on power? Oh yeah, nowhere near. Nowhere near hitting the limit. So we'll just chuck those in. Keep it going for a little bit. While I make some electric mining drills. What's that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Oh. So what I'm sort of hoping with this is that it's in the ballpark of all we need. Why did you do that? Okay. But so I have no real feel for that, as my Mega Base series demonstrated. Don't quite have a like instinctive handle on power. I need to chuck some more of that in the way that I do with some of the other things in the game. But yes, so this in theory is going to make green science when it eventually finishes. So what we could do instead, because we don't really need this to do this in this way. It's made us a few that we needed to get things going, but we can have... How do I arrange this? So we want that there. Something like that maybe? I need another one. Out of iron again. Let's just pinch some from there. So basically this will make green circuits, and then these two can make inserters and belts for us. Because we can feed... Oh. feed green science in. So if you make belts and you make inserters, and then this one makes more gear wheels, and then we need that in there. Because that needs iron plate, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Oh. It's probably quite an efficient way of setting these up, but... I'm not sure what it is. Oh, no, wrong one. Because we also need you to output, say, there. And then if that's circuits, and that is iron plates and copper, we need one more. No. So that needs to be one. So we need a handful more of those, which we can't make. Let's have power on the situation. Put that in there. So that has iron plates and copper in it. That makes copper cable. That makes iron gear wheels. This needs iron plate, doesn't it? So yeah, not ideal. Ideally, we'd want like one or two. But then maybe what I could actually have done. No, just leave that like that. So let's go and get a bit more stuff and finish that off. How's your if you're still there? Apologies. I'm trying to. I say I'm not actually doing the speed run, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, motor through it. You know, to see where I get to almost. But how's your base going? Probably a bit out of date, but I know you were working on Working on bots. What do I actually need stone for other than furnaces? I don't think anything. Oh, that finally done there. So I guess... because things like that, I think, are going to be pointless for this. I don't think we kind of need to do any of that sort of stuff. And like I say, lights, I'm not fussed about, you know, being able to, you know, sort of see during the dark bit of the game. In fact, I may have to actually though, mightn't I? Because it does get very dark. Yes, but we can do a couple of red sciences still while I'm just finishing off. This. Right, so we needed a handful of inserters, didn't we? We needed to put a load of iron in, well, some iron in here, and copper. We needed iron in there. That's a ghost, that's a ghost. Gonna need more than that. Are you limited? You're limited. So this would be green science. That's a ghost. That's a ghost. Ah. You on there? And then I bet this is basically empty of iron, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's not real. Cool. I'm wondering if I should... let's have a look at the... because that's 30 seconds. That's 50 seconds, though, you see. It's like, we don't need landfill. We don't need... I mean, I think we have to do fast... no, we don't, do we? Maybe I skip that altogether, then. You know, we don't have to do armour. Steel axe might be useful, but I'm hoping I'm not going to do any hand mining from now on. So are we straight up into automation 2 and getting into oil? Maybe. Where is the rocket? I always lose it. There we go. Because in theory, that's all the text we need to do. Which is quite a lot, but, you know. It's like I'm hoping we don't have to bother with railways. At all, sort of thing. Might have to do one for the oil. But the oil, I mean, oil's down here somewhere, isn't it? Right, I think I'm going to chuck in a radar. Should be sort of irrelevant, but... because I kind of know where everything else. They're going to start bots, but then got sidetracked by setting up new mining operations. It's always the way. I can't remember if you told me are you playing with biters or without? Okay. So you have to come back to these quite a lot if you just put the one in. Okay. I suppose because it feels like you're putting a lot in, but it's only like, you know, one piece of coal. Yeah, you see, so they've only now just got about 20 odd. Okay, so let's go and feed the science. And then in fact, actually, let's make a radar. I'll go and find... No biters, peaceful mate, cool. I'll go and find the oil and the steel. How much? We should be nowhere near. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go and find the... Oh, I could make some more of them, couldn't I, while I'm running over? Because that's all ghosts. Because, I find the iron and steel. I find the patch that I think I'm going to end up using for steel, which is this one up here. So given this is 10 million, 72 million. Good lord. Wow. Okay. So let's go and find the oil as well. I mentioned this before. I struggle with the scale of the map because it's the noise algorithm, you know. I can never really tell, like when it shows you the preview, I can never really tell how big a chunk of the map it's actually showing you. Right, so let's start steel. Now we'll see where that gets us. Because I didn't know, say looking at the preview, I didn't know, is there going to be enough room to do the steel smelting there? And it looks like there is. In fact, more than enough room, probably too much room. But so I struggle to understand the scale sometimes. So they all should be down here somewhere. Again, this is another one. I don't actually know. Is it literally here? Or is it, way out here? Let's have a look, see. I can't see them yet. It's definitely here. Oh, here we go. There's the oil. Or some of it, anyway. So that's the oil. Or one of them. There should be a second patch. And there's no trees over that one, are there? That's good. There are trees on this, though. I forgot. I tend to... When I first started the game, I fiddled about with the resources. When I first started the game. When I was learning the game and all that sort of stuff, I fiddled about with the resources. And made big patches and, I mean, this was before there were things such as default rail world settings and all that sort of stuff. Okay. That'll work. Because idea, I'm going to put some tags on actually. So, oil processing is going to be done there. Steel, we're going to make there. And then we'll make iron, here. And copper. Oops. Knocked my mouse off of my mouse pad. Copper there. And then we'll feed them on a bit like a bus. And make, it'll basically be a gigantic, more like a mall, I guess, really. Or make everything area. But yeah, I always used to increase the sizes of the patches and stuff like that. But after a while, particularly once I sort of got my head around biters and all that sort of stuff. I basically always play with default now. But that was definitely a mistake, as it were, for the mega base. I'm kind of blown away that that other patch has 70 million iron plate on it. That's nuts. Right, so let's properly top these up now. I didn't grab the copper, did I? Right. So what we need to do is run the power over. So that we can start tapping these patches properly. Just bring the power over to the side at spaceship. Let's grab some more of that coal, stick it in the rest of those things over there. What I want to do first is do the old didn't put these on the hotbar, did I? Do the old trick. Come on. Of getting that to make them. Cool. Okay. Oh, I've got one. Oh, of course I've got one more. Right, so let's get the rest of the coal now. Excellent. Iron plate. Tons of now. Yeah, 10's the way to go. Stick this extra one here. Not that it's got any coal. I'll sort that out. Grab that. Right. Let's go and make sure the science is properly topped up. Yeah, let's run out, of course. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 there. I probably need a bit more. Grab them, grab them. Yeah, okay. So leave that to do steel for a bit. Hopefully that won't run out now. Okay, so. Oh, that's okay. What do I need? I need... Did it only make 24 inserters? Okay. Okay. So where are we going to put this? If we put it here, Yeah. We are going to need... I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if I need purple science or not, to be honest with you. I guess I need a little bit, but... Okay, so... I'm going to do my usual thing of doing the miners like that, but... the smelters like that. With coal on the outside. Whatever we're smelting on the inside. Am I going to do that or not? Because we need to make... If we do this, I'll need to make a load of long-handed inserters. Oh, sorry. Shouldn't have done that. Right. Right. Let's think. Actually, I mean, I haven't looked up any guides. I know there are guides for doing the no spoon, but as I say, I wanted to do this very organically and, you know, sort of my way, much like I did with the mega base. And look how well that went. But yeah, it's sort of how I like to play the game. You know, don't like to use other people's blueprints. You know, if I can avoid it. But things like balancers and that are too much for my poor little brain. So there's some things I'll you know, tweak what I'm doing, but yeah. So we do need Loggy 2 and Automation 2 and Advanced Material Processing. Okay. Right, so if I build... Well, if I do this one first, because I'm not anticipating actually using red belts, you know. I can't see that would be a practical and sensible thing to do. It's going to be all yellow all the time, basically. But of course you need it for the thing. So we might as well do that one now, because it's quite an expensive one. So it'll chunk away while I'm messing about with the smelting. The question, as I say, is whether I go with my usual design. You can actually see it in the background. So whether because if I do my usual design, I'll need a load of long-handed inserters, which are quite resource heavy. If I don't do my usual design, what does that mean? What that means is that I need to do the half belt way of doing smelting, because then we can have, you know, say stone, iron or copper or whatever, along with coal. So we should do that, really, shouldn't we? Because then I can avoid... It also reduces the number of inserters I need, full stop. Yeah, so we'll go with that more traditional way of doing it, I think. Yeah, okay. But I'm going to stick with my power poles, you know, like that. Right, so that's our basic unit. Like that. So we then want to copy it down a bunch of times. Am I fussed about maxing out belts? Does that matter? It kind of does, but doesn't, because I don't mind having quite a lot of them in parallel. But it's something ridiculous, isn't it? It's like 48 miners. I should have brought. Should have got good old cheat sheet up beforehand, because I can never remember, because I go electric as soon as I possibly can. Nope. Where's smelting? Material processing. Yeah, it's 48. So it's 24 on either side. So it's more than double that. So it would be... That'd be 20. That'd be 4. So that would be a full belt. Okay. Okay. It's probably a bit too much space on this map then. So, if we say 2 for... I don't know if that's sensible or not, but 2 for stone brick. Oh, stone brick. That's probably far too much, isn't it? And then, I don't know. Again, don't mind having a mess of spaghetti here to sort of sort everything out. The question really is how much room I need, isn't it? For... Let's take that out. Oh, no. There. Okay. So start building this one in. I have a feeling this is way too much, but I say that's kind of the point of this first version, where I sort of work out what do I need, you know, 2 lanes of iron, or can I get away with 1? Right. So we want... Oh, I haven't even made any splitters yet. Crikey. I always mess these up. In fact, let's do it. How do I want to do this? So if that's a coal, could do... Oh, it's just doing a simple way. Oh, I haven't made any undergrounds either, crikey. Actually, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, do I? Sorry, mumbling to myself. Basically, not 100% sure on, say, how much I need, how many belts I'm going to have coming in, or any of that stuff, really. Oops. It's bound to be 2, though, if I'm needing to feed into. Not that I've got any of them anymore. Let's not do it like that, then. Let's do it in the assumption that we will have 4 lanes of iron. Or near us, damn it. Right. So let's make a few of them. In fact, actually, let's nip over to science area. Might be useful to make some stone brick as a walkway, given I've got a map. It's actually sort of fairly wide. Okay. Right, so let's top everything up. So you're okay there. You've given me some belts. You're a hungry boy. Da-da-da. Might pop that up to 2. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they don't. It doesn't. It doesn't last as long as you might think. The coal. Interesting. Yeah, so it's coal coming along here. And it doesn't burn it as quick, does it? From memory. Actually, there, yeah, I do need to do that then, because that's only half of a lane, isn't it? Going that way. And that's that one. So then I would need this second one. Oops, why did I do that? That's what I'm going to do. This second one. How am I going to get that around there? That's not going to work. So if we had a second lane of coal, move that up a bit. So that was we put that there. No. One of them there. Don't need that then, do I? So that's... So this bottom one's coal, basically. So we're going to need 2 in quotes lanes of coal. And then we have half of it feeding there. What are you connected to? Nothing. Then I put it in the wrong place. Oop. So this then is the other. So that's the output there. Other way around. So we've got iron coming in at the top. This needs to connect to here. So it's a horrible mess. It's ages since I've done like a traditional style smelting. And I know you can do them where you do that, don't you? In fact, why don't I do that? Because I'm a dumbass, that's why. Let's pick all of this up. So this is the stuff we'll skip, basically, when I kind of worked it all out. Why am I picking that up? So if that's iron plate coming in there, we can have coal, going this way. Like this. I guess we could have it up there, but Whatevs. And then we repeat this. Yeah. Oh, I wish I had bots. And then get rid of all of this. Like that. What have I done there? Oh, there we go. That's better. So it needs to be coming in. Oh, it doesn't matter. But there. There. Okay. So this is the input. That's the output. Right, smashing. Smashing. Okay. Oops. We'll leave this here for the stone brick, but obviously... Oh. Not 100% sure how much I need, if any. You're kidding me. There we go. Let's grab some of them. Right, so the coal... Might be better if I loop it down from here. Ooh, perfect. Not perfect. So coal needs to be coming up here. Where's a good place for our electric mining drills? Probably want them in a bit. So I can do a full... Yeah. Need them there ready, don't we? Okay. Oh. No? Okay. I don't think that'll be a full lane, but we shall see. And then we would need... Sorry, I hope everyone's okay in the chat. I'm afraid I'm ignoring you a bit. I am just... It's surprising how having the counter, as it were, sort of, you know, like, applies that pressure, even though I keep saying I'm not actually doing it, but it would be kind of awesome if I did sort of accidentally do it, as it were. So I can't see that happening because well, because I need to work out the setup, basically. I don't really see how I can do that and do the actual achievement. So, if we have one coming out of there, one coming out of there, we'll balance them together. Now, miners, I really have no memory for how many fills a belt. Never retain that. Not least of all because it gets messed about with by the old mining prod. Cool. But yeah, yeah, we'll sort of stick these two together. Like so. Is that actually happening? Or is it all run out? No, it's just slow. Right, yeah, so we'll bounce them together. So that hopefully we've got... Oh, run out belt. That. Oops. No, that's alright. So yeah, we need stuff basically now still. I thought I'd put full stacks in there, but I guess not. Right, yes, so grab all of that. Yeah, of all things, I need some trees. Right. Yeah, you're all full. Where can I find trees? Où est la tree? Here we go. Okay. Okay, so more stuff. Excellent. You don't need that much, I'm sure. Ah, you've run out. Okay. I wonder if it'd be worth having a few circuits as well. Speed up hand mining, hand production. Then you see. Okay, so let's nip back and connect up some more stuff to power. So how are we doing on time? So it's 10 to 5. Okay. Right, so we need to connect a couple of them up. Like that. Connect across there. Let's all grab them. So that's coal coming in. Oh. Come up. That. That. Oops. Let's put the powerhouse in. All the way up. Okay, so there where everything's going to be. Obviously, we're not actually making those. What's going on over here? Oh, there's no belt. I was wondering why there was nothing particularly on the line, but because there's no belt there. Right, so got our setup here. We've got some iron plates being made. So this is actually a long way away. And this is a 7.3 million patch. So, and that's 8 million. And that's 10 million. So we would run out of coal before we ran out of either of them. And there is a bit of space here, so I could quite easily take that copper. So I don't. That's probably not where we want copper. But say, the bit I don't know is how many of each is kind of going to work for us. So if we actually put copper there, leave space for 4, basically. But what we'll do, so it's essentially going to be like almost like a gigantic mall, or a build everything, and it's just going to stretch this way. Oh, should be ghosting it. But at the moment, as I say, we've got theoretically 2 stone. You know, theoretically, I'm thinking 4 iron. So if I leave, say, that. Oops. Oops. No. Well, avoid things like that in the blooming redo. Yeah, because that is actually quite a long way. Okay. Right. So, in fact, I've already got that. I don't actually want to lay this out. Okay. Okay, so let's ignore these for a while. Can I stick them on the bottom or something? And what would do? Is this a good place? That'll do, yeah. Oh, I built them again. Is we will turn some of these into sort of more usable, or, you know, intermediate products, basically, is what I'm thinking. So, you know, we'll turn some into pot. In fact, that's the wrong place. In fact, better to do that. Will that work? No. Yeah, so we'll make sort of a lane of pipes. I think. Yeah. But we'll turn some of them into undergrounds. What am I looking for? So if I grab, you know, instead, as it were. Oh. Because how long do they take? They only take half a second, don't they? And that delivers 15. Yeah, so 4 machines will be sort of fine, I think, for what I'm thinking. We'll just do... Oops. A messy rebalance. Actually, that one. Yeah. That one I'll turn into undergrounds and also keep some for myself. Am I out of machines? Yeah. I don't know if you can see the cogs whirring, but I'm thinking this through as I go, basically, as I say. It's not following any kind of guide or anything. Which is probably foolish, but... it's very me, I would say. Right. Okay. So... fill this in. Oops. Like that. Then we can bring the power down. Oops. Along there as well. And then essentially we want the same thing. Gear wheels. I put them too close, haven't I? It's an idiotic thing to do. Because what I actually want to do is have this coming up. So we'll do that. Like that. And then these. So I need another one of them. Oh, actually I don't, do I? That around the back. Okay. It'll all suddenly start happening, as it were. This is a lot of sort of prep. Why is... oh, I haven't even connected that up. I think if I just put balancer there for the time being. Okay. How many of those I got? 4 now. Okay. Okay, so we're out of belt, so I need to go and get some more of that. Stick another one of them in there. Yeah, okay. Right, so let's go and stock up with everything. Okay. That. Awesome. How are we doing with power? Probably need to be thinking about an extra one at least. Probably actually increase that. What are you waiting for? You're all waiting for these iron plates, aren't you? Copper 2. Some of them. Bit of that there. Some of them. Okay. Right. Yeah, so let's finish this off. Like that. Like that. Get you in there. Make a couple extra of them. Okay. Right, so next one then would be copper. Idea, or my thought, is that we basically make a green circuit machine here. Green circuit production here. In a similar sort of vein, so... let's do that across. Doesn't need to be... Yeah. So actually if we put that one there, and that one there... Limit that. Limit that. Right. Let's do that. Let's put one of these in here. Awesome sauce. Yeah, so eventually this will be iron plate, you know, gear wheels, pipes, and then we'll have circuits here. And then, well, maybe green circuits, red circuits, 2 copper, Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be cables, circuits. And what we're going to need to do is grab both iron plate. So we can have iron plate there. In fact, let's underground that, so makes our lives a little bit easier. We are going to need some long-handed, but only relatively small numbers, hopefully. Yeah, so outputs there. There. Oops. Inputs there and there. Oops. There. There. Two each. So this will be the copper coming up. That's the iron plate. The iron plate will be a offshoot rather than a kind of dedicated lane. I should probably do these as offshoots really, but whatever. Right. And then copy all of that. Flip it over. Do that. Swap that out for long-handed. Ow. Okay. There. Oh. Managed to replace the machine. Okay. And then 2, 3. Grab some iron. Might be able to grab some. Oh no. No. I should really go and put the smelting in first, really, shouldn't I? I'm sort of doing this arse about face, really. Let's go and make sure. Well, let's put copper in, but should be okay. Right, so still got loads of stuff, have we? Yeah, no, you're not got loads of stuff. What about you? Cool, okay, so it's chunking away. I mean, actually, I could make that one the... Yeah. And that one. Oops. I think eventually this becomes red circuits. You know, that one there eventually becomes red circuits. So we have, you know, copper, copper, green circuits, iron. Yeah, okay. Why have you not got power? Because there's no cable, power pole there. That's that there. That's the input. Output. Cable. Copper. Awesome. Okay, so let's go and fill out the iron one. Okay. Oh. No power poles. No power poles. So that we've at least got a lane of iron. Cool. Don't know that this will be enough in skirters, but we'll give it a go. Oh, I should have put them next to each other, shouldn't I? So it's quicker to stick them on, but there you go. To make a lot of difference. Right. Nearly there. Take this down. To there. That down to there. Awesome sauce. Okay, so we would then have 3, 4. If we put enough room in for an extra one, and then copper. Like that. So then 2, 3, 4. We can then copy this. If I get the power poles, I'll have to redo some of the belts, but it's roughly about some of the undergrounds rather. So roughly that. Roughly, in a rough approximation of roughness. So we ideally want, say, more coal. Something like that. And then iron will probably end up being 4 lanes. Copper will probably end up being 4 lanes. Like that. So we need a bunch of undergrounds, but just do 1 to start with. I'm out of belt already. Crikey. Didn't last long, this belt, does it? Yeah, I think a bit of stone brick for a path will probably help things out quite a surprising amount here. Plus, knowing how many trips back and forth I can do and or need to do really, rather than messing about trips back and forth. So I've got some of them, some of them. I think I'm just going to hand make a bunch then. Okay. 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 I need a couple of miners. Okay, so if we put the... Oh, it's not made any. There we go. So if this was sort of... might be better to go horizontal with these. Yeah, probably is. No, let's do vertical. Oh. No. Like that. In fact, something like that. Where's this? Yeah. I bet the speedrunners save a lot of time with perfect start seeds. Why have I done that? Just want to do one. You know, in nice close patches and stuff like that. But... Right. Okay, so we will fill this in then. But I'm going to take that over now. Okay. Oops. Couple more of them, couple more of them. Cool. Out about. Okay. If I send this down the outside. Yeah. We'll hopefully get a bit of a... Oh, hello, Grim. Back Calabas, how goes the search for the spoon? The spoon is elusive. I sort of like this seed, but things are a bit further apart than is probably ideal. I think that's one potential issue, because I'm doing a lot of walking, but part of that is not quite knowing, you know, exactly what I'm wanting to put down, etc. And making mistakes like I've not brought any iron over again. Yeah, so about what we're getting it for 2 hours in, and we're still on Loggy 2. That's very expensive research, that really. It's kind of given me a bit a bit of space, I guess. Yeah, an interestingly expensive. Oh, power poles now, crikey. Means we're out of wood. Where's some wood? yeah, it's going to be... If I am going to use that iron patch at the top to make steel, that's a lot of belt to bring it over here. Yeah, it's just prep, basically, so... I mean, I guess my point on that really is more, is this the right map, you know? I like the distribution of patches, the big patches. I think that's all right, you know, correct as it were, in terms of sort of the setup. But if we spend hours, you know, running backwards and forth, basically, that's quite a lot of time wasted. Something to consider, basically. So there's a bit of copper trickling in there to make sure I can make sure all the pipes are working, as it were. Not literal pipes, but you know, things are moving through as they need to be. So one thing that is obviously wrong is that none of this is powered up. So we can put some of them in. So it's got power. It's not got any coal. That's what it's not got. So we want to take some coal from here, but I'll just split it off for the time being. Like that. Maybe like that. So that's coal. Yeah, that'll function. Right, so it's going... How many belts have I got? Not enough. Okay. Okay. Oops. Because once I've got sort of some, I think what I'll do here, I'll just do a split. Oh, like this. Because once I've got all these super basics, I can then start making the, automating the production of assemblers and those things. And that'll help me fill out, it's the virtuous circle thing where you're making the things you need to make the things you need. And hopefully then things will sort of start ramping up, basically. I mean, there's an argument for separating these out a bit more because I'm going to have to do quite a lot of undergrounding and stuff to get all of that working. Right, so we don't have any iron plate. Let's make another one of them. This is this false sense of plenty, basically, that you sometimes get, where you're like, oh, all the belts are backed up, but it's because they're not doing anything. Yeah, maybe red circuits going down there, which would be quite a small trickle. But oh, first cables. Are you ready? You're ready. First cables lead to first circuits. First circuits. Awesome. Awesome. Right, so let's actually start making some stuff that's useful. Let's do them two. So we want a couple of 2 assembly machines. I'll run this power down while it's building them. So whether I'm going to stick with electric power poles or not, I'm not sure, but we shall see. Right, so where do we want the first bit of production? So we'll do it here, I guess. And then... oh, have I not got any? Okay. Not got any splitters, so I'll cancel that out. That. And then we want circuits. You see what I mean? We're going to have to do quite a lot of undergrounding. And I'm not sure that's wise as such. Machine, let's do a little bit of space. Machine there, so you can make... no, you can't. You can make electric mining drills. And... power. And you can make assemblers. And then... there. One in there, one in there, one in there. Why is nothing coming through it? Oh. So then we want... oh, I put that in completely the wrong place. We want... split off here, so this is up there. Like that. Another one of them. Load that in. Cap that up. No, let's just do one. One. Circuits. Double, oops, double that up. In fact, triple that up. Hurrah! First automatically produced, or first bit of automation. Hurrah and huzzah. Okay. So I'm going to hand make a few mining drills. And we'll go and sort of start filling some of those out now, I think. In fact, I should make all of those power poles. So it's kind of my hope that this is all the production we'll ever need for iron and copper for this thing. And in fact, it's actually my hope that it's too much and I can chop, say, one of the smelter arrays out. Oh, I should add belts, actually. Right, so we want belts. And let's have them put that way. I need belts to be able to make belts. Let's cancel that again. Did I not? Is that? I bet that's... Yeah, it can't output them fast enough, basically. Right, that's fine then. That's fine. So Logistics 2 is about to finish. Okay. Whoops. Love all this bootstrapping, throwing this stuff together. Yeah, it's hopefully that'll sort itself out. But it's one of my sort of favourite aspects of the game is the whole, you know. I tend to think of it as designing, but yeah, it's sort of a very manual thing. So if we end up with maybe 2 lanes, I can, because it's not the same. You don't need the same. It's why I have my separate lanes of coal, basically, when I do this normally. You don't need full lanes of coal, basically. So 2. Yeah, so hopefully that'll kind of sort itself out. It's a bit... I don't know if it's stuck because it's run out of stuff, but it still appears to be on 97%, so we're going to have a shufty at that. I can grab some of those inserters and stuff as well. Right, we'll just finish this one off. I'll go and see. I think it has run out because it's not doing anything. Oh, I've only got 2 bits about anyway. Okay, let's go and see what's going on over there. In which case, we should... Why have I come... You see, why have I come over here for the copper when iron was closer? Gonna have to iron that sort of wrinkle out. Let's grab that. Oh. But by the time we should, we sort of fiddle about with this, it should have made us a bunch of miners and that, so it should be not long to finish all of that off. How are we doing on power? Yeah, still only halfway. What have you run out of? Oh, everything. Okay. All of everything. I could stop parasitizing. No, still need that. Parasitizing this though, couldn't I? Ooh, I need to put some of those in the chest, that's a point. And are you okay? Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, I don't think we did too badly. I mean, you know. I'm not... oh. Not too worried. Right. So say, should have made a load of miners for us. Is that full or is... yeah, it's just run up that iron plate, isn't it? 37. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. So let's go and chuck all of those on then. Up here. Get this iron really flowing. Bing bong bing. So, what do we want to do next? Do we want to chunk into some of the quicker ones? Or do we want to find one that's a bit longer to give me time to finish off? You see, I don't even know whether I'm going to do medium and long power poles. Let's just do that one, because that gets us into fluid handling. Yeah, we'll do that. I didn't select it. What a plonker. Pro strats. Speedrunning here. Not even selecting the research when you're meant to. Right. Okay, so that's a bit more iron. You're out of coal though. How are you out of coal when I was just filling you up? Okay. Do I need any more of these? Don't know. Let's just take them. Take them if they're offered. Right, a few more of them. But nothing else has been made. Because the benefits of those have not yet been felt. Okay. Right. So let's chuck a few more inserters on. Oh. Of course, helps if there's belt for the smelters to output onto. Oh. Thank you, autosave. Very, very kind of you. Right, so... Are they all... Oops, There's probably a optimal order for me to have done this in as well, but say focus is really up. That's that, and that's that. Okay. Really, I'm getting it sort of laid out, and as I say, working out, do I need 4? Do I need 3? Do I need 5? Do I need 7? Don't know yet. Let's grab them if you've made them, and them. You've made a few of them. That's very good of you. I'm going to chuck some iron in there. Okay. We'll obviously put a proper balancer on eventually, but not quite yet. What's next? So if I guess if I fill electric poles out. Like so. Down here. Should hand make some as well. Oh! Ah. Suddenly we're actually doing stuff, so we need more power. Okay, let's go and sort that one out. That's a priority thing. For 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And a few pipes. And some burner inserters. Okay. Oh. Somebody put a tree in the way there. Right. Is there? Yeah, it's about all there. Oh. Oh, did I only make 2? What? Chuck that there. I'm actually wondering, should I just fill out more of it? Because I got lots of... I can make loads of them. Bada. Yeah, so I might as well say, kind of need to almost find jobs to give it a chance to make the other things that, you know, we need, but might as well do this bit of it. Need more of them. I can't see us needing less than, you know, at least one, you know, complete set of boilers. That's obviously where we ran out. Don't imagine. Oh no, got enough of them. Some of them. These in. Oops. No, missed again. How many am I short? Okay. Actually, I can make all the boilers, couldn't I? So, 1, 2. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 6, 7. Okay. Pipes. So. that off. You only make 2 of them though. Wait. Ah. Somebody can't count because I've got 1 too many boilers now. Whose fault was that, eh? Whose fault was that? Oh, it's 10 to 6. Right. What should I do? Should I... Let's finish off this boiler array. So it looks like that is pretty much going to fill those lanes. That's good. Right. Yeah, let's finish off this boiler array and we'll kind of knock it on the head there. How many do I need of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 15, is it? Something like that. So, no idea whether this is overkill, underkill. You know, we've got it laid out, ready to double it up. Is that enough? Don't know offhand. I know I say when I did my lazy leaper reward, why have I made so many? Because I'm an idiot. I had 3 of them, but they weren't running anything like, you know, at full speed. And I had it was a normal map, as it were. So I had trains and there were biter defences and all that sort of stuff. I didn't fiddle with the settings at all. So bing bong bing. Right, let's do... I mean, those... I say this is another question I really haven't a clue about. Whether those are worthwhile doing. I think they probably are, but there's probably only like the first 2 or something. Because some of the later researches are quite heavy in terms of time taken. I'll leave it for now though. It's just because that's quite a good one to just leave running for a little bit to give me chance to finish, you know, fill out all of that build without having to think too much. But let's do one of the cheaper ones. What do we want to do? If we do... See, can I get away without ever making a fast inserter? Probably not. Because there's that one making belt shows. The normal inserters can't keep up with some of the recipes. Yeah, so let's do them with the idea that I would only ever hand make a handful as I needed them. And that should hopefully finish and give us a good stopping point. Good stream. Yeah. Long gameplay and learning to play fast. I mean, fast in quotes. I don't think I'll ever... why about that? Oh, I haven't got any. Well, I thought I made them all. Yeah, so we'll set that one going. When that finishes, I'll cap the stream off there. Why is that not? Okay. It's being weird at me. I still haven't got enough. I think it's time to stop then. If I can't do simple adding, simple counting, it's definitely time to take a bit of a break. Yeah, but I'll stream again tomorrow. We will continue straight on. I'm not going to do anything in between, so you won't miss any of that super speed action. I'm just trying to look and make sure they are all running. Because it's not unlike me to miss a power pole or something like that. They look to be all okay. So that gives us 36 megawatts, and we're using 5. We've not got a lot doing, so pretty sure we're going to end up with certainly the second side of it running. But whether we need more is the big question. Oh, you're out of... That was good timing. Yeah, cool. Okay. Let's go and see what it's made for me. What lovely treats. What lovely treats we've got. Yeah, so we'll pick up tomorrow. I'll be fascinated to see just how much I can actually get done in the 8 hours. You never know, we might end up doing the 15-hour one. Just by virtue of doing it, as it were. You know, not really speed running it or anything. Right. Oh, you see, these have filled up their chests. That's great. I could probably set that one a bit higher. That gives me a full stack of assemblers, full stack of mining drills. You know, it's like fingers crossed, as I say. We won't need to tap out other patches, and, you know, these are so big they'll last, you know, for the entire thing, hopefully. So the you know, like the time optimization side of it will probably come more from doing it smoothly, if you see what I mean. It's like that's full, isn't it? That belt. Although I suppose it's not really drawing the full thing. I should look it up on cheat sheet, actually. I don't know. What happened there? Yeah. How many miners it takes to fill a belt? I can never remember. Nearly there. Fast inserters. Get this. Oh, why is that? Oh, it's just pollution. Okay. So this is this. That's that. Oh, did I not? Oh, it's not making any. It's not making any inserters, is it? Oh, there we go. Right then. Yeah, so that's to say we'll leave it today. Pick up tomorrow. Straight, you know, I'll literally stop this, save it, and we'll pick up tomorrow. And I say the idea is to see how, you know, see if this works for producing a rocket. If we can fluke into doing one of the two, that'd be brilliant, because it's sort of shows that, you know, it's not going to take that much tweaking around to do it in the 8 hours. But yeah, so pick up next time, same time, 3 o'clock, GMT. Stream schedule has the thing on if you want to look up the local time. And it will run till 6 o'clock as per usual. When I eventually do the runs, I may do 2 4-hour streams, see if we can do it, you know, in one weekend basically. But yeah, so I say that's it for today. If you've been watching, I hope it's been interesting and entertaining, and might consider coming back for another one. Thanks everyone who's been chatting, Ian and Grim in particular, my regulars. It feels a bit weird saying that. I never thought people would ever really come back. But yes, that's it I think today. So say, I mean, all the schedules are back to normal now. My post-cold, Fridays for Satisfactory, Mondays for Dyson Sphere program, Saturday and Sunday for Factorio. VOD's going up on YouTube. I made a complete mess of one of them that seems to have caused the algorithm to have a bit of a meltdown, and nobody's watched it. But I made a mess of the scheduling. But yeah, so say back in tomorrow. Thanks everyone for watching. And that's it, I think. I just trying. I have a feeling there was something I was gonna. Oh yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I might start like a different series for Sundays. I don't think this is going to last very long, but I might do like Crestorio or something. As a like do both together. So I'm thinking about that. But yes, so you've been watching. Thanks for doing so. And I'll see you again in an hour. Thanks for watching. Cheers. This consider I've done like 70 of these with the Factorio. So I don't know why I'm bumbling around with this, but yeah. Anyway, catch you all tomorrow. Cheers.